This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
Turn 4, guys.
Michael Waltrip in the wall, almost in the wall.
That will bring the caution out just before Jeff Gordon started lapping cars.
Come on, if you can.
Did he get the wall? Yes, he did, just a little.
Okay, rear end's fine, guys.
You know, the way they're fixing these cars now, he got in under the 12 car there, Strimmy, and he just probably too much rear brake for this point of the race.
And heated conversation, and they parted with no
turn
resolution.
4, guys.
Michael Waltrip in the wall. We're under caution. Scott Speed was having a great race. He stayed out on that last caution. He was running in 9th. Kyle Busch came up to pass him. And what happened was not an act of aggression, but what happened to Kyle Busch is he tried to dive under Scott Speed going in the corner, Darrell.
Yeah, well, that's what I was telling you earlier about. The hardest thing to do here is get in under somebody like that. Now, you see the 18's already. When he went across that transition there from asphalt to concrete, the car jumped sideways. But you're used
for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and NASCAR on Fox, the wide open spaces. And boy, that mile-and-a-half oval will look wide open after we leave Martinsville.
Oh, yeah. You got a man up there, boys. That's all you got to do there, just be able to.
Second place race. Slowly but surely. Denny Hamlin working toward the front, and Robbie Gordon's in trouble.
Flat
Left
tire
rear down.
Leader behind you.
He's going to spin out, so that will bring the caution.
Caution's out.
Remember, Gordon hasn't stopped since lap 22.
11 car. I don't think you'll know how good that 24 is until you have to know. Uh-oh, we got a car up into the wall.
It is Gilliland, David Gilliland,
Turn
California
4
driver.
here. Got a tire down.
He gets away, and we'll try to. He gets to the bottom, so he. Denny Hamlin grabs the lead from Jeff Gordon, but the caution, I think, was already out for Robbie Gordon up in turn number 2.
David Reagan and Robbie Gordon had a coming together, 6 and 7.
And Jeff Gordon retains the lead. While we were away, another driver had a right front tire go down. That was another right front tire. This is the 3rd time for the 8 car.
In less than 100 laps. Yep. And you can see right there that the right front is almost off the rim. He's going to squeeze down to the bottom, but it's hard because you got the line of.
But caution has waved.
82's down here on this end as well.
6th caution flag of the day.
That was a huge break for Michael Waltrip, the 55, because our leader, Denny Hamlin, was just about to put him a lap down. Real close.
David Stremme should be the recipient of the free pass. Boy, there's not much left to the back of.
Come on.
Making it off fuel, and car spins on the front stretch.
That would be Robbie Gordon. And there is the caution flag. So, Larry, if they stop now, should they be able to go all the way?
Well, I don't think they'll stop, Mike, because when you're under caution here, it's like a ratio of 3 cautions to 1 green. It'll buy you a lot of laps.
Been a tough day for Robbie Gordon. I think he was right in front of Marcus Ambrose when that happened, the 47.
Boy, Reed Sorensen, David Gilliland just sneaking by on the inside. Big brakes and slow speeds. You can usually miss somebody here.
Bad news for Gordon, good news for Martin Truex. He will get the free pass.
Yeah, all the leaders were on pit road at lap 353 with 147 to go. We've got a car in the wall, turn 441. That's Jeremy Mayfield. No caution yet. No caution. We've seen this a lot today. This is not unusual. If he can get down on the inside, just one little slip, one little mistake, and you can get in trouble. You don't want to put yourself in that position.
Spin, turn 3, and it's Almirola.
There's a caution.
I believe there was contact involved. Jeff Hammond, who are your picks for today's AT&T fastest and most valuable pit crew?
Wants him to start looking back and saying, where is he, where is he?
But that yellow curbing that you see on the inside of the corners is Denny Hamlin's best friend.
Here, David Ruderman into 00. No caution yet. There it is. There it is.
Come on, leader's coming. You gotta go if you can.
Well, he's a lap down.
Yeah, couldn't get it fired. Saw the black smoke coming out of it. Couldn't get it cranked, and that's a shame. That David was sitting there in pretty good shape.
Yeah, he'd been top 10 most of the day and on the lead lap. So he will fall 1 lap behind as we get the caution with 33 to go. Let's see if there was contact to get this party started.
That's how Michael's car, the Napa car, let's see what he sees. He sees a lot of cars. When one of them's his.
A couple of laps ago, David Stremme and Rudeman had some contact.
Oh, that's hard on that left rear tire.
Yes, it is. We've seen that earlier in the race.
That's really hard on that left rear tire.
And so
he just used up the left rear tire.
2 to go, 2 laps to go.
Johnson's lead has stabilized at 1 second over Denny Hamlin.
I believe this little battle for 6, she's going to go all the way to the wire.
Yep.
Yeah, and Ryan is overdriving his car a bunch, but Mark's giving him enough room. It hadn't affected anything yet. But they're going to come to the line fighting with each other, and we got 1 lap to go.
Matt Kenseth bounced it off the wall.
Well, we're in the white flag lap now.
Jimmy Johnson's halfway down the back straightaway.
Newman and Martin lean on each other in turn 2.
I think Newman got the better of him that time.
I believe he will prevail.
Jimmy Johnson wins at Martinsville on the 25th anniversary of Hendrick Motorsports' first win. 41st Cup win as Dale Jr. bounces off the wall on the way to the flag.
Fishtailing to the house. Let's see what Johnson in the 11 car, if they have any words. No, it looks like pretty congenial.
5 wins.
Great work, Jimmy. Great work, man. Thanks.
5 wins in the last 6 Martinsville races for Jimmy Johnson.
That's 10 in the last 13 for Hendrick Motorsports here.
And 18 Martinsville wins for Rick Hendrick.
Can you imagine if he had all those clocks go off at once?
You're the man.
I think it's a little bit more than that. You're a little bit more than the man when you do what he just did.
For the 7th time in 11 races, the driver who led the most laps, in this case Denny Hamlin, doesn't go to victory lane. Johnson did not lead this race until lap 430. But this pass on Denny Hamlin will send Jimmy Johnson and Rick Hendrick to Martinsville's victory lane and another grandfather clock.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
NASCAR announced that NASCAR Wheel and Modified driver Stephen Kopcik has been indefinitely suspended after he was involved in a fight at a hockey game in Connecticut. Before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. This is driver Stephen Kopcik. The article reads, on Thursday, NASCAR announced the following penalty has been issued. NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour driver Stephen Kopcik is indefinitely suspended from NASCAR. The rule infraction is as followed. 2-11 required notice. Any NASCAR member charged with any violation of the law, misdemeanor, and/or felony shall notify NASCAR at reporting@nascar.com or visit reporting.nascar.com prior to the next scheduled event or within 72 hours of being so charged, whichever is earlier. It also has that he violated Rule 12-8. NASCAR membership is a privilege. With that privilege comes certain benefits, responsibilities, and obligations. Correct and proper conduct both on and off the racetrack, which might constitute is a part of a member's responsibilities. A member's actions can reflect upon the sport as a whole and on other NASCAR members. Ideally, NASCAR members are role models for the many fans who follow this sport, regardless of the type of license a member may hold or the specific series in which a member may participate. Therefore, NASCAR views a member's conduct both on and off the track, which might constitute a behavioral rules violation under this rulebook, with great importance. Finally, 12-8.1E, members' actions that could result in a fine and or indefinite suspension or termination. Being charged with or convicted of significant criminal violations. Examples include domestic violence, trafficking, assault, or having had determinations rendered by criminal or civil authorities that, in NASCAR's judgment, necessitate action. NASCAR will not prejudge guilt or innocence in the criminal or civil legal system or the guilt or innocence of a member, but rather review each matter in its own context and circumstances and with regards to its potential effects upon the sport.
Hearing that part-time NASCAR Xfinity Series driver Greg Gaulding was arrested in North Carolina for domestic violence charges yesterday, Tuesday, April 2nd at 7 a.m. and was released just a few hours later. NASCAR has not confirmed or denied the arrest, but we're anticipating an indefinite suspension for Greg Gaulding pending the results of these domestic violence charges. Gaulding competed in 11 races during the 2023 NASCAR Xfinity Series schedule with 2 top 10 finishes. The Virginian driver has not publicly announced any plans for the 2024 season at the time of the arrest.